honest review about Baki, you know. But why do they stream it? I'm trying to channel the inner demon in me that gives a fuck about Baki. But right now, I don't give a fuck. You know, it's only Hanayama who's giving me a reason to keep up with this. But right now, one thing I hate is that it might happen that we only see Baki fight once. Baki might fight one time. You don't watch Baki. I'm so glad you don't, bro, because Baki is also giving me some stress right now. Baki is bothering me to the core. I don't wanna lie. What do you think? We should switch the stream to another manga. One Piece or which one do you prefer? One Piece or what? Because I don't know what they're doing there. The Baki what's what? So which stream should I do? Sorry, I'm going to it. No stress. No stress at all. W streamer, W Cosmo dog. Thank you for the appearance, you know. You guys being here shows something. Shows something. Yes. Oh my god. Sound check. Like me the sound there, like is the sound okay? Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. So Baki Rahen Chapter 49 is out, guys. Like insane news. The week has been saved by Baki. I don't wanna lie. But one thing that struck me with this chapter is that the police in Baki are quite corrupt, you know. I knew that Hanayama ran like a secret syndicate, but not to this kind of level. Not to this kind of level because Hanayama is a criminal dog, but he's getting a king treatment in wherever he lives, you know. But how? Because the police is supposed to stop violence and everything. Street fights are okay as long as Hanayama is there. Ain't no way that's possible. Like Hanayama is just having his time because that's his self. The only time I saw Hanayama lose a street fight, I think it was against Yuichiro. That was the only time where the boy actually lost a street fight. That That was the only time where actually Hanayama lost the street fight. But I'm just going to dive into the chapter real quick. But the chapter says overdo it, overdose, you know. Crack boy over here is doing the most. I don't wanna lie. Like the crack Hanma is doing the most, but one insane feat from Hanayama. Hanayama blocked a fist with blocked a kick with his fist, you know. We've seen insane feats in Baki or anything, but the speed at which a fist or a kick is coming to predict the trajectory of that kick and just block it with your fist down. Insane feat from Hanayama, don't I? W Hanayama. But he stopped the feet or he stopped the kick with his fist. My English bundle is a bit sad today. But the way the kick or the way Hanayama stopped the kick, it sounded like something broke. It's either something broke from Jack or from Hanayama. You know, this is happening live in public, and we get the reaction of just random standbys right here. They're asking, did it break? Did it break? Which one broke? You know. With that being said, we see that nothing has been broken between Hanayama and Jack. Low key, I was expecting Jack to bend his leg or something like that, but I think that's possible, dog. With the strength that Hanayama has, it should have broke. Okay, I'm a Jack hater, I understand, but there's a lot of people that hate Jack. Yeah. So Jack just replies and says, "That was hell of a sound. That was a hell of a sound. But your fist, my shin, both of them are fire." You know, we see Hanayama not giving any truth or talk no truth. Hanayama is not giving a damn about talk no truth right now. You know, he's talking to him and he's totally calm. It's a fist so solid and a grip so strong you could crush your own fist. So Hanayama is using his fist or his hands as a different tool than before. We've never seen Hanayama pinch someone or rip someone's skin off. Hanayama, that man delivers heavy blows, but right now he's not attacking Jack Hanma in any way or form. Like Hanayama is just calm. He's like, everything you give me, Jack, I'm going to give it to you 10 times more. Because Jack hasn't moved Hanayama a bit. Like, he hasn't moved Hanayama a bit. Hanayama is on his demon mode right now. Will we see an awakening from Hanayama or something like that? I'm not sure, but I would really like to see Hanayama go through an awakening, dog, because this boy has been undervalued for a long time in Park, and I think that Hanayama's strength is very epic, epic, epic. So it's solid, be sure, but it's solid to be sure, but no bones are broken, you know. And guess what the police say in Park? They're like, Chief, we really need to step in right now. And the police chief is like, what? Nigga, what the heck? We are not stepping in here. I thought I told you what to do. Stand back and watch the fight. L police. I don't know lie. Police for us as viewers of Baki, but the way the police are treating this incident to kids in the future for sure in Baki, this is corruption, dog. Oh, this is vandalism. There will be random fights going along just for no reason, you know, because of such events. Because if the police step in right here and there, I think everything could have been better. Everything could have been better, you know. So the police says you didn't catch on. This isn't a fight. These people are talking. Are they talking while they are biting each other? That's violence of another degree, dog. Like people are not used to such fighting, dog. Biting, pinching, like that's something you use for fun, or that's how you fight when you fight with your sister or someone else. You know, when you want to make things interesting, but to see men going through a fight like this, it's just insane. But the most epic thing that's ever happened here is that Jack tries to bite Hanayama, but Hanayama lets him do it. He's like, have a chunk. Which side do you want? Which piece do you want? And that's so Hanayama. Like Hanayama is aura farming right now. I don't wanna lie, the aura that Hanayama has, because Hanayama tanking Musashi's slash or Musashi's sword attacks was insane. No. Hanayama going against Musashi was insane, but Hanayama doing this right now, I don't know lie. It's low key fire. It is low key fire. Hanayama is just having the time of his life. He's just relaxed because when Jack throws in a punch, it's we are thinking he's going for a real blow, but it's just a fade. He's trying to put Hanayama on a chokehold. But Hanayama isn't phased at all, dog. Hanayama is just sitting there, standing and watching Jack. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And you know, Jack and his specialty Kodo, he goes in for a fight. You know, but Hanayama doesn't give any reaction. Instead, Hanayama twists Jack's hands like it's a towel, dog. Like it's a towel. Like this is so much aura from Hanayama because even though he does it, he's showing Jack that dog to put in the damage you are putting, we don't need to bite. You know, it goes back to the Musashi chapters or Musashi times, you know, because Musashi thought that humans were dumb for letting swords go and just fighting with their hands. Musashi was like, "What? The age of samurai is over. You guys decided to put down swords. Why?" You know, Musashi didn't understand that fact, but as time went in Baki, they showed him that these niggas have trained their fists to become weapons. That's the story of Baki. That you don't need to use swords, you don't need to use guns, but you need to make your body a weapon. You know, and that's what Hanayama has done. Like by his hands, he is dismembering Jack Hanma right now. Like, but Hanayama is into steroids too. When you look at it, because if Hanayama is but Hanayama is not biting Jack. He's doing this damage with his hands. Like imagine me ripping your skin off with my hands like this. That's just insane, you know. Because when you look at it, Hanayama is like, that's it. Thank you for the likes, gents. Like Hanayama is like, you got the sword right there. But Jack is like, oh my god, what did you do to my hand? Because I can tell from this chapter, like Hanayama is trying so much to put as little damage as needed to Jack. I would do the same too. You know, fighting a crackhead is quite dangerous. You know, give this man a good strike and then Jack Hanma is down for the count. Down for the count. But the way Hanayama is treating this fight is quite dangerous because what happens when Jack goes for a vital spot? What will Hanayama do then? Will he just give him a knockout or something like that? You know, because it's just insane at how looking at how Hanayama is treating this fight. It's just insane. Let me just try to multi-stream and get the Twitch stream going. Try to do stream. What the fuck happened? Like I'm really lost in the sauce right now. I'm lost in the sauce. But welcome, gents. Like, please drop a like and subscribe. That's weird. The way things are going in Baki right now, it's showing good vibes for Hanayama, dog. Oh my god, this internet connection will cause me this. And if I don't get my retention up. But low key, I feel like Jack is fighting like a wuss. I understand why Jack is fighting like this, but it's unacceptable, dog, why he uses the things he uses. Mr. Nobody, hello, Chi, how are you? But the way like Jack is fighting, unacceptable, dog. In the history of Baki, I never thought I'd see someone bite except for Pickle. But it is weird how we have double standards. Pickle can give other people a bite, but Jack can't do the same thing. Like we would watch Pickle eat you alive. But Jack, we won't do that to him. Jack doesn't get the vampire pass. Anyway, I've seen that because when I think of it, Jack tore who's this kid? Like Dopo Orochi's son. Jack tore his arm off. You know? Jack almost killed Zetsu with his own teeth. Not even Jack, but this ancient man. Who's the ancient man? Man? Sound check. Okay, I'm good. So let me read this chapter actually, like because going through the chapter, I've watched Baki so much so when a chapter is good or bad, But the way things are going, like Jack Hanma will need a lot of drugs after this. I don't want to lie. Jack Hanma will need a lot of drugs after this because the boy has gone through things with Pickle. Pickle managed to put some damage on Jack, but I feel like the type of damage Jack puts on other people is not as lesson for him. It is very tough for Jack because the way things are going for him, he will need a lot of stitches and a lot of drugs to accompany the pain. Because Hanayama is turning him into his daily job right now. Yeah. The way that Hanayama is order farming on Jack, and Jack is supposed to be the main character of this storyline or something like that. Like, I don't know who asked for a redemption arc for Jack. Who asked for a redemption arc for Jack? Because I know Jack needs to be cool because he's a Hanma, but not every Hanma needs to be strong. You know, it would have been nice if we had maybe a new fighter that wasn't Jack at all. It's necessary to see Jack the way he is. It's like a disgrace to the Hanma clan. But I'm sure the writer has its own reasons because when you look at it, if there are means for you to get stronger, you need to do them, right? If there's a way, you need to make sure you get it done, even if it's hard, because Jack enjoyed a lot to have his height right now. Having to go through generally, my internet is quite ass, bruh. Like when you need to expand bones, surgeries like that, even insurances don't cover them. I mean, that proves how insane Jack Hanma is. Jack Hanma has been like when you look at it, all of us would be in Jack Hanma's shoes right now. I don't, you know, growing around someone who is strong or being people who are strong, having shoes to fill, dog, is quite heavy. I don't wanna lie, it's quite hard having strong people around you and you don't have the strength to rival those people who are around you, dog. Because we saw during the fights against Yuichiro and Jack, In that fight, Yuichiro or Jack was in so much pain that he couldn't take it. Jack couldn't take the fact that he's watching himself or he is looking at Baki having a fight with Yuichiro. Jack wanted to have the two, but as things are going, Jack isn't ready to face Yuichiro because Baki had to learn thousands and thousands of techniques. You know, if steroids are enough for you to beat the strongest man in the world, then this is a very different topic. It means anyone can beat Hanayama or anyone can beat Yuichiro if they use steroids at some point, you know. Because if you look at Kung Fu specialists like Dopo Orochi, if Dopo Orochi went into steroids right now, does that mean he could have taken Yuichiro Hanma? Nah, I don't think so. Doesn't work like that. I really, really don't think it works like that. Like steroids make you enough or shouldn't make you strong enough to take on Yuichiro. No way. No is but I don't think this is the first time we see Hanayama versus Jack. Pickle or something like that, but I'm not sure. But I feel like Jack and Hanayama is not the first time we've seen such a fight. It can't be the first. There's such viewers. Like my internet is quite sad. The stream is even telling me about error. It's been a while since I got such a feedback. But steroids shouldn't be enough for anyone to fight against Yuichiro Hanma or Baki. Though. That would be disrespect if Jack beat Baki. I wouldn't accept that. I really wouldn't because that's a bad look. No matter how it sounds, like the training that Baki had to go through, dog. You know, shadow boxing with a lot of different characters. You know, shadow boxing is quite difficult to concentrate that much because when you look at it, Baki took shadow boxing to its limits, dog, to the max. Baki is a pro shadow boxer, and Jack with no training, then he's supposed to bite people off the top tier list. Nah. And the way things are going, I don't understand what type of lesson is Jack supposed to learn from this fight because this is straight out abuse from Hanayama. Hanayama is flat out abusing Jack Hanma at this point. Physical abuse because every attack Jack throws to Hanayama is landing. It's like punching a rock. You know, Hanayama is holding a bell on his back, dog. Like, I don't think Jack is ready to take that much of a burden to himself, you know, because Hanayama is willing to take hits, serious hits. Hanayama didn't run away from Musashi's slashes, dog. Like Musashi had his intestines slashed open outside, but the boy didn't flinch. Did he fall? Yes, but with just one leg, with a knee down, that's Hanayama for you. And that type of character falling to Jack Hanma, it would be disrespect. Let us be real for once. Like there was no way in hell that Jack was supposed to be that sumo wrestler. I don't understand how the strongest sumo lost to Jack like that because that put so much hype into Jack and his Godot dog. Like, and people are eating it up. Yeah, is it cool? Yes, it's cool, dog. Because the way he attacks people, you know, it's different. You know, seeing it's like seeing a python in action. You know, if it was a small person doing this thing, it would look pathetic, but because it's Jack, it looks very lethal, bro. I don't wanna lie, it looks clean, but I'm not with the fighting style. it's so aware. The fighting style is not for me in Jack. That Jack possesses, you know. And then you ask yourself, how is Jack supposed to fight against Baki? Is there a way in hell that Baki will be able to withstand Godot? Yes. Baki is the most trained character in the series, you know. And seeing my boy sitting there in the stands is quite bad because we understand that Baki is the closest to the strongest character in the series right now. But no ways, bro. I really don't accept the way things are. And next fight, can we get Baki fighting at least? Can we see the champion displaying his skills right now? Because the problem is fight. Who will he fight? Like who is ready to take on Baki right now in the series? No one. No one can fight Baki. Even Dopo Orochi for sure is afraid of doing that because you might die fighting Baki. I don't think Baki would go easy on anyone. No character would have it easy with Baki. And standing in a ring with Baki right now is insane. But the ego that Yuichiro has as a strong man. Because Yuichiro wants S8 a man. He did it a man. Yuichiro is quite a diddy. Yuichiro is just a representation of force and force itself. Like nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. But W chapter from the writers, you know. Although it is quite a bit of a fight. Like guys, the community is showing me it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think that's it for the stream for the chapter. Nothing really much. Nothing deep. It's just back after all. You know, it's fighting, fighting, fighting. Nothing much. Because there are no techniques being displayed right now in Baki, and it is just boredom, boredom in Baki right now. Because this fight is quite boring. I think this series won't do well, dog. Well, if Baki continues with Jack like this, I don't think it will make it to chapter 100. If it does, it will be a miracle, dog. If Jack takes this series and episode 100, nah, because it doesn't like you will be fighting anytime soon. It doesn't seem like they will be giving other characters a chance to fight anytime soon because it seems like everyone just wants to go against Jack Hanma. That's boring. Like there's a man who defeated Musashi Miyamoto, like a man who stripped Jack of his teeth. You know, there are type of guys who are dangerous out there in bike who are being shown right now. But I don't think like the same characters will do in bike. Will they try to introduce new characters? I'm not sure. But we might as well need some fresh blood because all the fighters that we had previously is a negative for me. But anyway, or either or, I do appreciate those who view the stream